My name's Naveed Mamoon. I was an All-Star Code Scholar back in 2016 at the Google cohort, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my internship this last summer, which was at the design agency Elephant, and some of the work I did primarily on the All-Star Code website redesign, which you're seeing right here. So before I talk about this redesign, I'd actually like to talk about the old website All-Star Code had. And I remember after I graduated back in 2016, I saw this website and I was just like, it's functional, but I've seen better design work from the students in my cohort. It's just sort of a little bit outdated, and I don't think as modern as an organization like All Star Code is. So this is kind of the end product of the redesign that Elephant did, and I was working for them over the summer as a front end engineer. So that means coding up like what what you actually see when you launch the website. And it was actually really cool because this was the first time I was sort of given all the designs. Usually whenever I'm working out like a hackathon or my personal website or some hobby project like that, I'm in charge of the design. But here I was just kind of given this incredible design work by all these UI and UX designers that Elephant has, and they have such an incredible creative team. So seeing all this was just like, wild. And they took a lot of this sort of design language from code itself, from the programming that All-Star Code scholars are used to. So all of these grids and sort of the blocky language, and if you didn't notice, like this really cool coding animation, which is actually really fun to code up, it's all just sort of very reflective of the work that All-Star Code scholars do. So while it does just look really pretty and look really modern, it's also something that, once the students graduate or even before, we'll be able to sort of see the, how techy of an organization All-Star Code is. And so this was actually kind of a little bit of a challenge because I worked on the homepage. When I finished the internship, the homepage was actually the only thing that was completely done. So everything else was yet to be released. But when we were trying to release the homepage, we kind of had this issue because their summer benefit was happening during the summer, and it's All-Star Code's biggest fundraiser, so we really wanted to show off a little bit of the new branding and work that Elephant was doing, but there was no way we could complete the entire website. I mean, we had not a single page done completely. So we really just did sort of the hacky thing. We fast-tracked the homepage and only the homepage. So by the time we completed this, if you look at this nav bar over here with all the links, all of these links, we couldn't actually complete all of the websites that they led to, so we just decided maybe the homepage, which most people will be staying on, and finding the donate links from and all that, maybe just the homepage we'll clean up, and then everything else, because we have to, we'll sort of leave it as it was with the old website format. And so this is just kind of how the website functioned for a few months there, but I think it's sort of what we had to do, and I mean the techie way out of it, but that was really fun to sort of just see that, it wasn't any more complicated than that. Let's just do the homepage and call it a day. But that was cool. So here you can see some of the really cool work that was done. This was sort of the first time I was given a foundation. Usually when I'm doing these projects, it's sort of starting from scratch. I'm kind of Googling things as I'm going, like finding out the newest libraries, but here they just knew what was industry standard. There were, QA engineers that were testing every line of code I wrote, testing its accessibility, making sure the contrast levels are high enough in images, making sure that if you can't see the screen or you're using a screen reader, that every link is accessible, that every, button is clickable. So that was something that I'd never really gotten to that level of professionalism in, the hobby coding I'd been doing. So this was just really cool to see, and I took a lot of lessons from that. So I'm really proud of being able to not just make a website that looked cool, but that functioned completely well under the hood, that was good for search engines, that was good for accessibility. And, so this was just a really proud piece of my portfolio so far. I'm currently a senior at Carnegie Mellon University, so I'll be graduating in this upcoming May. Thanks to All-Star Code and all of their donors, obviously, for giving me this opportunity. It was really, really cool. See you.